Welcome back to the Vehemence podcast. It's your host, Maizhia, and today we are back on the business side of things. We are introducing a very special person who she has her clothing line. She got her stuff all ready to go. I'm gonna let
Hey,
her introduce herself and tell y'all what her clothing line is. So, you got the floor.
what's up, y'all? I'm Maizhia. Everybody, y'all call me Jay. But I'm the owner of Cinjai Apparel, and my brand pretty much stands for the motto is it's Cinjai Apparel is for those who strive to put their hustle over their habits and to never let their environment dictate their destination. So I guess you could say the gist of the brand is just to in every decision you're trying to put your hustle over your habits. Like you know that you're gonna have things that distract you, but you want to kind of center back to putting your hustle over your habit. And that's kind of the motto of the brand, the theme of it. So I kind of work with youth, maybe that is going down the wrong way. I try to put them in the photo shoot, show them like you can make money from social media. You can do a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff coming up. Every drop is like a new drop though. Like it's like it feel like I'm restarting because you gotta reconnect with people. Because I'm not a social media person. Like this is probably the most I done did in front of a camera. I don't post or nothing like that. So
Which
and
is
then this is
bad because her stuff is dope, y'all. She showed me, so she's crazy.
yeah.
Hopefully this is the start to her posting her stuff.
Hopefully, yeah. They've been on me
Yeah.
about it. They've been on me about it.
Okay. So my next question is, when did you realize that you wanted to start a clothing brand?
Okay, I used to joke about it as a kid. So like my mom's always been one to like let us believe in anything. So I was the kid that had my whole life planned out at 10. Like I was supposed to be a lawyer, doctor. Like I had like boom 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 boom. But when it became a real dream, I was say 17. I was 17 in high school. That's when I started jotting it down. And the brand was supposed to be named Goblins, and I think it stood for like generation. It was like a long acronym, like generation of believing limits is non-existent. So that's what I was going to name it. So it's a generation of believing that limits don't exist. And then I was like scared to tell people that I wanted to do a brand because nobody knew that. They was like, you got to go to college. Everybody was expecting me to be the first generation college student. So I used to just jot down notes and then have like clothing brand ideas, like collections, I'll say. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I ever do start a brand, this is what the collection will be. This is what it'll mean. And I'll just keep it in my notes. But I'll say 17. Real as a
Okay.
real dream.
So when did you actually start to put things in action, like get the different types of interacting with people? What are they called? I forgot the
But
name.
manufacture like just like
Yeah,
starting everything.
manufacturer. Yeah.
My first sample I did, well, my design. I'll say I started off with design. So I did a lot of research before I actually started going into the clothing brand. And I feel like that's the best thing to do whenever you're starting something new is to kind of research where other people failed. So I did a lot of research behind closed doors of just watching. I like to watch millionaires that how they got their brands started off, and especially like black owned businesses because there's especially special loans and grants for business owners, like Caleb Perrell of King's Play, Hollywood, Shaq. So these are people that I started just watching, and then it was like, okay, it made it real for me. Like, okay, seeing somebody else do it and see how they recover from a drop that didn't go so good. So I'll say I did at least a year of just shadowing. I would say, meaning just okay, watching how they drop, watching how they market, watching how they recover from a drop that didn't sell so good. Um, Listening to how other people messed up, so then when I got in there, I didn't have to go and make the same mistakes. But my first actual design I drew was March 6th of 2022. I want to say maybe what year is it? 2022. I'll say that was the time when I drew the first design, and that's when I came up with the name Cinjai. Was March 6th, and then that design I voted, and so I had someone do it for me. That's the only design I ever had someone draw for me, and then I voted
Mm-hmm.
it because I was like, I want to grow the brand a little bit more before I release this design. But that started March 6th, and then I didn't use that design until October 2023. So between those, yeah, I just start drawing my other little simple designs. For me, they're simple. For other people, they look a lot like big, I guess. Like if you ask my mom them, they'll be like, "Oh, these are great designs," but these are like my basic designs. Like I got way more that I want to go with it.
Okay. So, what was the date of your first launch, and how did that experience go for you?
I launched on my birthday, so August 12th, 2023, and it was horrible. Nobody came. I did a pop-up shop. So it was supposed to be an event at the YMCA, and so a whole bunch of people were supposed to come. And so I was like, okay. So I marketed. I did a sample. The first sample I ever did was horrible. Like it was bad. I lost a lot of money in the like pre-step. So trying to get the drop, it got pushed back because I couldn't find someone that could make my design come to life. So I was like, I kept pushing it back, and I would get. I only had 3 samples at the time, so the bulk order didn't come in until August, and then I was like, okay, now that the bulk is here, and I kind of been teasing people for 2-3 months, now let's do a pop up shop, and everybody said they was gonna come, and we was out there for like 3 hours, and nobody showed up, and I was just like, dang, I didn't know what to do. I was sad because I was like, dang, am I supposed to do it? Did I do something wrong? um all the posts went viral too. That's what, like, that post still has the most shares on my page, and nobody came. And I did like back to school giveaway with it and everything. But it was a I feel like I had to hit rock bottom at the beginning so that your expectations aren't too high. Because once you I seen a quote, there's like, if you live for the applause, then you'll die by the blues. So like if you're
Mm-hmm.
looking for people to give you congratulations, the moment that they boo you, then it's gonna destroy your whole pride and everything. So I feel like I had to start off not getting anyone's attention so that I wouldn't be getting into it for the attention, if that makes sense. The
Okay.
first job, it went horrible.
So
I
then
think it took.
after that, oh, go
No, go
ahead.
ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say after that, how did you reroute yourself, and what steps did you take for that not to be another experience again?
I had to change my mindset because at first I was like attaching myself to the brand, and I'm like, dang, is it me? Because I was expecting, since people knew me and my family, that the support was going to just follow straight through. But the first thing you learn is family is not going to be the ones to support, and that's okay, because I think when people are so close to it, they have to see that it's real before they can support it. That's the best way I could put it. Like, I feel like family was just another dream, because I've always been a big dreamer. So it was just another thing that Maizhia's doing. So I feel like I had to step back and re-alter my mindset. Like, just because no one showed up doesn't mean that no one's not seeing it. They might just be like waiting on somebody else to be the first customer. And so I was like, all right, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I gotta find something to make me stand out, because I know I didn't like marketing. So I was like, there's no point in me posting every day. I'm still like that. It's like, it's no point in me posting every day if ain't
You need a
nobody.
marketer.
I know I need somebody to do it, but I'm like, I say I got the hustle of a city man. Like I'll rather get out and go to a college and just, that's just how I am. I've never been one to pick up a camera, but I know the moment that I actually do, then the brand will take off. And that's the worst thing, is to know what you got to do and you just not doing it. But
So
to
when are you
retain,
gonna do it?
I don't know. That's what it's like a contradiction in itself, because it's like I already know what I got to do, but I started writing down ideas. That's what made it like fluctuate for me. So I had a journal. I used to think it was dumb. I used to carry it around though, and I was like, I don't know. I felt weird trying to express myself writing down. So I just started doing Cinjai ideas, and that's what I call it. But if you don't separate the ideas, you don't know what's going to be like just a fantasy and what's something that you can actually be an ideal to pursue. So I started separating them. So I started being like, these are design ideas, this is marketing ideas, this is like the ideal of the message. So once I separated my thought process, I can go back and look at it, even though I should reflect more. But when I go back and read, I'm like, oh, I actually brought this to life. Like when I go back and read in my journal now, I'm like, oh, I did this design. Oh, this one came to life. So now I have something to log. And then I just started doing it for myself. Like I was like, all right, I don't even expect to make money when I do a drop. Like that's not the point of it, because it's like every piece of clothes is a piece of me that I'm letting out into the world. And once I went with that mindset, the likes and shares didn't matter anymore, because it's like even if they never come back again, they can say that they had this from me. Or if I was to leave right now today, everybody, this piece of clothes would matter way more if I left today. They're like, dang, I remember it. Now it matter, you know? So that's how I just looked at it. Like, when the brand get big, they gonna remember that they bought this piece. And once you go with that mindset, it's easier to go on to the next drop. It's like, all right, on to the next drop. They don't like it now, but they gonna wish they can get it once it's sold out.
True.
And then
So my next question is, where are you from?
I'm from Wichita, Kansas. And
And
my family, they from like the south, so everybody said we kind of got a little, if we, I guess, an accent. I don't think I have one, but I get that a lot. My family's from, they're from Mississippi and Texas, but we're from Wichita, Kansas.
okay. So with that, do you feel like maybe you have to get outside your comfort zone, like out of Wichita or out of Kansas, to be able to expand and get that exposure you need?
Yeah, I feel like I can't escape who I was before the brand. So so it could be like who my cousins think I should be, or who my teachers thought I should have been. So like everybody had their own set expectations on you, and then so once it doesn't look like that, it looks like it's being a fraud, I guess. Even though it's something you've always been dreaming of doing, you just never felt comfortable with saying it to them, because you can't just come home and be like, I want to be a fashion designer, mom. They'll be like, there ain't no money in that. You got to go to school. You got to get, what you gonna do to pay your bills now? So it just, sometimes escaping the city is just what you need, because it can be two things. Somebody can either not believe you, or they can see it so much that they're like, I don't want you to grow out of who I thought you would be. And that's just, so I think once I leave the city, it'll be better, because everybody still attaches me to like college or the mistakes that I made. Because, everybody do go, you figuring out yourself. Everybody trying to figure out where
Yeah.
they want to fall in line.
Okay. Okay. My next question is, what do you feel like has been your best drop out of all the drops you've done so far?
That I actually released or that I made. So I'm selfish
I'm
with it.
gonna say that you made, cause you're a different breed.
Yeah, I'm very it's hard to drop when you're the artist. So a lot of people, they have someone else do their designs, but when you're the person that sat there and drew the design, it's kind of like letting someone read your journal or letting someone read your diary. So that's how it feels when I drop. It's like harder to take the criticism when you know that you're the artist behind it. So I say the best drop. Let's see. I'll say maybe these. I don't know if this would be. I made some pajamas. That was pretty fun. I think most of the time I shock myself. It's never the one that I thought I was gonna like the most. But I'll say this is probably one of my favorite ones. I did a. This is the first drop that I voted. I gotta show y'all in the order so it makes sense though. I still got the notebook. So the first design that I ever did, I drew it, and it was just this heart, and so I
That's
had,
fire.
yeah, I had drew it, and this is the first design, and then
Mm.
with the heart, the person that designed it for me, they made the other stuff come to life. So I knew I wanted to have this heart, and then I wanted to have like um two skulls, but I didn't draw the skeletons. So they did the other part of it, and that's these.
Oh, is that the back of the shirt?
This is the front of the shirt for this one. This is
Oh,
just
okay.
I haven't dropped this. I don't know if I ever will. We'll see. But the
Drop
design
the
I
shirt,
have.
dude.
This is because the back is hard. I have never seen anyone do it. It's stitched on the back.
I
I
want
don't know
the
if you can
shirt.
see it. You can get it. I don't wear it. Just tell me your
What
address.
size is it?
It's a medium.
Yeah, I want the shirt.
Yeah, you
Bro,
can get
drop
it.
your stuff.
I know,
Stop.
I know. This is it again. This is the I know they tell me. Usually I just let it sit, and then when I find somebody else that treat it better than me, I just let them get it. But this was my first design, so I think it means the most to me because it's like seeing it come to life. And
Yeah.
it was Lost Dreamers because that was going to be the name, but that name cost $23,000. So I was
Oh,
like,
they
yeah, we're not.
LLC'd it.
Huh?
They LLC. Oh, what's the other word for it?
Yeah, they did. They did.
Dang.
So it was a
Something else. I forgot what it's called.
they that's how much it costs for the domain. The domain was 5,000, and for the ownership of the name was 23,000. So, because I played around with the name a few times, I wanted to be Lost Dreamer because Cinjai is me and my brother together. So his name is Sincere, and I'm Maizhia, and that's how we came up with Cinjai. But then once my brother didn't want to do it anymore, I kind of was like, well, I don't want to blow something up, and then he feels some kind of way. And so I'm like, you sure? I'm like, I like the name. So you sure if I take off with the name, you're not going to, because he's still young. He's still kind of figuring out where he want to go with it. And I told him, like, you can always come back to it. It's not going to be something I'm going to be selfish with. But I like the name Cinjai because I was doing some, like, what does Nike mean? What does Mercedes mean? What does Toyota mean? All these brands have no meaning. They define their meaning. Now, when you hear Nike, you think of a check mark. You might think somebody running. When you hear Mercedes, you think of luxury. So I'm like, I need a name that doesn't have a meaning so that I can define it myself. Because now if I can tell you Cinjai mean cars, and you like, okay, Cinjai mean cars. So it's like I wanted a name that I was like, I need something that I can define myself. And I was like, Cinjai, that's not bad. And we argued back and forth between how we were going to spell it. Because his name is Cin, but he wanted to do it Sin. And I'm like, I can't have Sin. Because my grandma, I come from a religious background. My grandma, now, she ain't going to go for that. If you got Sin in it. So I was like, all right, I'm going to stick with this name and see how people feel about it. But people can't pronounce it, which I thought was a bad thing. But if someone can't pronounce your brand's name, they now have to have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
So like they gotta stop and
I
be in the
understand
moment.
that because the podcast, they be like, what is that? I'm like, the vehemence. And they be like, what does
Keep
that
it like that.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now they
like,
gotta have a conversation with you because now you get a chance to define what your brand means to you.
yeah, that makes sense. So, besides marketing, which you're going to do,
Yes, we gonna get there. We gonna get there.
what other steps do you feel you need to take to be able to gain the success that you imagined or you've dreamed?
Um, I think I need to. I already know what people like to see from the brand, but I'm not consistent with it. So I got to follow through.
Mm.
So since I knew that I didn't do marketing, I put a lot of money into photo shoots. So I have a personal photographer, and then I have a photographer that I use down here. My personal photographer is CC Media on Instagram. And we met back in college. That's my friend Sharon. And then my photographer here, hers is Canon, what is it? Canon by Coupe on Instagram. And so I was like, if I'm not gonna market, I gotta make sure that the photo shoots is there. Like I gotta make sure that when they go look at the pictures, it's there. Cause I know that I'm not gonna be the type to just get on there and make TikToks and make this. So I'm like, all right, at least if I got a good photo shoot for people to come and look at, then they'll be like, all right, she putting some effort into it. So I would put like the first time I do media days. So I do Cinjai. It's like something I'm going to carry on forever. I do Cinjai media days. So the media days is where I try to get as much media done because I know I don't like doing marketing. So I'll have like maybe 2 or 3 photographers in there to get different perspectives. And then I'll have like models all in there. And everyone's wearing either merch that's about to drop, something that sometimes it's merch that never will drop, or hopefully it'll drop in the future. But everybody's just wearing Cinjai merch, and then now it's like, okay, the cameras is rolling. We got the footage. Now whenever I want to use it, I got something to come back to. And the photo shoots was something that just blew up. Because when we first did it, we did one outside and it went crazy. Everybody, they liked how the photo shoots looked. My photographer, Sharon, she found a background that just happened to fit the clothes like perfect. It was just, let me see, I think I got my iPad. I can show you some of it. It just fit perfect. So photo shoots became the thing. I was like, oh yeah, I don't need to really do too much marketing if I take a few photos.
Just imagine if you do that and the marketing. Look, it's
And
just
that's the bad thing. I
imagine.
got like thousands of photos, and there's still stuff that people haven't seen. So it's like, at least I got it to come back to. That's what I know. I know what I need to do better. I don't even sugarcoat it and act like I don't know.
Well, at
But the
least
photo,
you know.
yeah, I'm big on accountability. I'll tell you where I need to tighten up at, and that's definitely one is marketing. But photo shoots, the media day just stuck. So now when I go, uh, my mom, she does like vlogging and stuff like that, because I'm like, I watched the Kanye documentary and I was like, he's always had someone around him always had a camera, and so I'm like, okay, now I want to capture these little moments, and so that the media day is just, they just been big, because it's like, it takes the stress off, because all the pieces is in one room, and I don't gotta record nothing. I'm not in charge of. I'm just being
Because
there.
mama got your back.
Yeah, mom's recording, and everyone's catching the angle. I can just be in boss mode. I think that's what it is for me. Is like, it's hard to be the designer. I got to take the criticism of being a designer, because I know that I sat there and drew this piece at 2 a.m, and then it's like, okay, I also do my own size. Everything's cut and sew, so everything's handmade. So I also do my own sizing. So it's like, if this don't fit good, that's my fault. Then, and so, you know what I mean. I pick out my own fabric. So that's why I say I'm a fashion designer. Like, I don't like to really say that. I say fashion designer and clothing brand owner, because I do way more than just send somebody a design and get it paid to get it made. Like, I'm doing measurements, I'm doing the designs, I'm picking out fabrics, I'm studying how to mix different materials if that's okay. And so it's just like, when you do it all, sometimes it makes it a little bit harder to put it out there, because now it's like, they
It
judging me.
can
That's
get
how you feel.
overwhelming.
Yeah, because it feels like they're judging you.
Oh. So I get what you're saying. You just want to create and just post, but you don't want to hear the feedback or see the feedback.
Not when you draw. It's
Okay, that
different when
makes
you drawing
sense.
it. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So would you hire a marketer so you don't
I
have to
I
look at
would
that
I
stuff?
beg is I just want a marketer to fall out the sky. I have people around me that the worst thing about it is I could market it myself. Like, this is one of the posters I made. Let me see if it is. See,
it didn't turn. It didn't turn.
oh, there you go. This is one of the posters I made. I'll flip this screen. Oh, how you flip the screen on here?
I don't even know if
But
you can.
I don't know if you can, but this is one of the posters I made. Pretty much, I could do the marketing myself. That's the worst thing about it, is that I could do it myself. I've never been someone to want to, like, I'm that person that like a post every 6 months, every other 6 months, or like, oh, she haven't updated her Instagram in a year, and then it's like, boom, I'm doing something new. so so if I want to pay someone to market, but when you know that you can do it yourself, you like, just get up and do it. And then the worst thing is, I'll make the TikTok, do everything, and then I'll get stuck at the caption. So I'll do all the marketing, get it filmed, to go out, get up, get the content created, and then once it's time to do the caption, I'm like, dang, what am I supposed to say to make people want to click and interact with it? But I've been researching and seeing what people like, and not trying to make my brand look like anyone else's. That's what I've been focusing on. Is like, just grow Cinjai as it grows. Because when I post, the brand grows. It's no other. It's just like, people are always like, "Oh dang, I forgot to come back here," or
You would hire somebody.
I need somebody. I need.
I'm gonna say, you know, you can put so I'll well I'm probably I don't know if I'm gonna cut this out. So I do marketing, but I market for my job and I do it for my podcast. I just post the stuff. You can put it on a timer. So when you post on Instagram, you can make a
Mhm.
timer for a certain day and stuff for when you post it. You don't gotta post it like right then and right now. You can just make a timer and a schedule.
That's what I'm gonna have to get into is
So she just
to
told you she market.
yeah we already
But
supposed to be
that's
doing some work.
but that's how I do it because I be overwhelmed too because I do my work for my job and stuff. But with my podcast, I know I gotta post certain stuff. So if I'm already editing a video, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna post
Mhm.
this video now. But I just put it on a timer, like, oh, I want to say that we post this podcast after this. I want to post it on February 16th. I'll go on my Instagram and put February 16th, the time and everything, and it'll upload it for you. So you don't gotta post it right then and there. It's already done.
I
And
need
you
to
can do
I need to
it.
that's what I
And
said. I need to take that tip. Definitely need to take that.
and YouTube too. On YouTube, you can do the same thing. I just posted a video for my podcast. I scheduled it for Friday, but I posted it today. So you just posted ahead. So it's like, okay, you just sit down with yourself and be like, okay, I want to make 2 posts a week. I'm gonna upload this video on this
Mm-hmm.
day, this video on that day, and then you do it all when you have that time, and then you just schedule them. Then it's boom, it's easy.
Man,
So you can do it.
I know I can because I built my website myself too. So it's like
So if you build a website, you can do it. You gotta.
I just don't do it. I told you I'm taking full accountability of saying that it's me. I'm the problem. I'm the reason why the brand hasn't gotten where it's supposed to get. But that's the beauty of it is because when you are the brand owner, now you can't blame nobody else. You got to hold the mirror up to yourself and be like, all right, this is what you got to do. You got to fix this. And procrastination has always been something that I struggle with, but it's benefited. Like I benefit from like the last minute stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, I wrote the best paper ever when I procrastinate. But now when you in the brand, it's like, dang, I didn't procrastinated and missed out, or I didn't miss the date and I already did that. So it's like, all the things I've been wanting to change. Now you got to change it to get where you want to be. So it's just one day at a time. Like right now, I know there's something I should have been doing. And I know I'm gonna wait till it get a few days closer than before I do it. It's just something I got to get over.
You do. I hope it happens soon because your stuff is fire.
Yeah, I want to show you. Let me see if I can find my first shorts so you can see where they were.
Okay.
The sample shorts.
Which ones?
My first ever one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so behind the brand. Let me just tell for anybody that want to start out, if you ain't got $1,000 that you ready to lose, don't even get into it. You keep doing your research and use China manufacturers, not Pakistan.
Not
You heard it here. You heard it here today. So this is my Pakistan manufacturer. So this was after I had already got scammed. So the reason why I started doing my own designs is I put 500 into trying to find someone to bring my ideas to life.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't work. So I got scammed like $500 on buying designs. So the only 2 designs I've ever bought. Yeah.
Somebody else told me that.
On Instagram it's bad because it's just everybody wants to sell designs and then it looks real and sometimes it's a scam because a lot of manufacturers will get you to spend some small money. So they're like, okay, spend 500, spend well, let me slow it back down. Spend $70. Okay, you just spent 70. Now spend 200. Okay, you spend 200. So they'll get you comfortable, and then as soon as you ready to buy that bulk and go all in and like, all right, I'm gonna spend 5,000. I'm gonna spend 10,000. Page block, delete it. You can't find them on nothing because they'll rather take that small victory than lock in with a customer. So you can get scammed by a real manufacturer. Like that's the worst thing about it. Or you can get scammed by someone that really sells designs, but they wanted to take that small victory instead of having a long time customer. And that's the
That's
worst thing about
insane.
it. So these is the if I showed y'all what it was supposed to look like, y'all be like, what the hell? So this is the first short I ever did. And it was a sample. And I'm gonna tell y'all why it's bad. This is the logo. I don't know if y'all can see how bad the stitching is, but that shit is horrible. So this is supposed to be double mesh shorts. These are see-through. If you can see
I say
my
those
wall
look like
through
basketball shorts.
yeah, so they're basketball shorts, but they're supposed to be double line. So when you make basketball shorts, nobody's supposed to see
Oh,
your underwear through it. You know what I mean? So he made me a half-ass sample, and the worst thing is his sizing was amazing. So a lot of manufacturers will be lazy in the sample process and they'll do great on your bulk order. But this is how you represent yourself. How can I get someone to buy this if you half-assed it?
true.
And then they're like, oh, we'll do better in the bulk. No, I need you to do better right now. So then I had to scrap, like, that made me scrap this whole design because I'm like, because it had a shirt to go with it, and the shirt was just a white shirt with red. And I'm like, I don't even want that design no more. So then I went and I'm like, okay, I'm giving y'all some free tips if y'all want to start clothes. I went to Alibaba and I did an RFQ. A RFQ. So that's where you go in there and you tell it exactly what you're looking for, and the manufacturers will find you. One, why would somebody come find you if they don't want to really work with you? Why would they put that time in? So now you already know you got a better chance at getting somebody that's legit. Two,
Free game.
if you tell them how the prices you like, I was clear blunt. Like, I only want to spend, because when I first started, I was like, I don't got $1,000 to spend. I got 500. I need somebody that can work with me. That got 500. I need somebody that offers free, whatever you want. That's where you shoot for the stars, because you might just find a manufacturer that's gonna be like, I can do everything you just asked for, and then if they can't do it, they're not gonna reach out to you. So I
Makes
went on there, I
sense.
did that, and my manufacturer found me. I love Miss Mary. I love her right there. I gotta go fly out to meet her because my China manufacturer saved my life, man.
Not you gotta go
My
fly her to
personal
meet her.
Yeah, I gotta go meet her. Me personally, I always say when it comes to making clothes, work with women because they pay more attention to detail. So the men is just real money hungry. I say try to find a woman because she's gonna be the one that makes, so like, when you're first starting, you're not going to understand how clothes work. You're going to know how your sizes work, but you're not going to understand, like, I might have to add a little bit more for this or take a little bit away, or certain fabrics, the measurements have to be different. So working with my manufacturer that I have now, she was more attentive to knowing, like, okay, she don't know what she's talking about. Let me make these adjustments, because like I would send her measurements to work with mesh, and I want cotton shorts. Cotton and mesh don't wash the same. So it's like she just worked with me way better. This was the second drop. This is the sample. A sample that look.
Those
And
is
these
hard.
are the shorts is they started off as white. So this color pattern I drew it all myself. So these
That's
shorts
fire.
started off as white. And this was the first drop. And I had these shorts to go with it. Mind you, these are the samples. So I want y'all to understand, this is double mesh. That's what double mesh means. And these are the samples. And I had an orange one. This is one of the real ones.
Those are cute. I like that color.
And so the sample of this was bad. She did so now she will do it exactly how you want, just to show you, like, this what you want. Like like that's the best way I can put it. Like she'll prove, like she'll prove it, like, I know what I'm talking about. You don't know what you talking about. So
Shout
she
out
tried
to
to correct.
Mary.
Yeah, so she tried to correct me, and I'm like, no, do it how I told you. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna do it exactly how you told me and show you why you ain't want it like that. So that's what she went back and fixed my designs for the shorts, because I put too much yellow in there, and she went in there and added some red, and then we went in there and added some
Those
purple.
are super cute. Are you gonna drop those? Did you drop
This was
those?
the first drop ever. I already dropped these. This is the one that no one came to on August 12th. These 3
Those are
shorts.
fire.
I still
I
have
like
some
the
of
pink
them.
ones.
You
Pink
gotta let
ones
me
is
know your
cute.
size. I still got some of them, but it's only like one of like I might have like a random 2X or a random. And this is what the stuff that I got left of these are like baby clothes. If y'all got kids, please come get. Cause this I tried baby clothes. I was just trying stuff. Cause I had little brothers and I put them in the photo shoot. I made 12. My first drop I did. What did I do? I think I did 12 month, 18 month, 2T, 5T, and then I did extra small through 3X. And it was these 3, and they all had shirts to go with them. So this one has a black shirt with the blue words on there. And then this,
Okay.
I'll show you. I'll show you what one of the shirts look like, because these are the outfits.
Oh, okay.
And the shirts is puff print, so they got a little texture.
Nice bitch.
Shout out to Mary. They give me my hang tag. Hey, the worst answer somebody can say is no. I ask for everything for free. I don't care. She do my hang tags for free. She do my labels for free. And then this is kind of my signature. So this is the logo. This is the only other logo that I bought. But I bought it. So how I do it is I just make people feel like the design is gonna be bigger than it was, and then I broke down the design. So I was like, how can I word it? I made it like this was just a part of the shirt, but I really got 3 designs for the price of 1. So you got to know how to finesse and finagle. Be extra in it, and then when they send you all the pieces, now you got you good. You're gonna forever have that design. So that's what Miss Mary was doing. She's the one that if they really know that you like clothes, they'll really start telling you stuff. So I talk to my manufacturer like she's a person, because she's a human. I don't talk to her like she's just a business person. We tell each other happy birthday. I tell her like right now it's they Chinese New Year, so she ain't coming back till the 25th. I'm like, enjoy your break, Mary. I hope you doing good. Cause who are you gonna respond to more? Somebody that's like, "Where my sample?" Or somebody's like, "Hey, Mary, what you been doing? How your day going?" Like, if she tell me her kid's name, I'm gonna remember it. Like, I want to make sure that they know me. In the second drop, we did velvet for the ladies, and I did rhinestones on the back.
Okay.
Now these didn't sell as good as I thought they was going to, but I didn't market them that good. I would take ownership of that. So these, I still got a lot of these, but I think I'm gonna just re-drop them again, like here in a little bit. I did 4
Okay.
colors of those though. I did lavender, like a nude or brown, you would say, and then I did this pink.
Okay.
And those are the first 2 drops, but I dropped them too quick. I didn't let
So,
people build. I didn't let the weight build.
so what did you learn about timing as far as that? Because you say you dropped them too quick. So what did you learn within the timings?
Realistically, you want to be 6 months ahead and dropping. So like me, I already know what's coming for like my Valentine's merch. I'm waiting on that to show up any second now. But I already got my next drops for St. Patrick's Day. I got 4th of July ready. I got you get you a calendar. You know what days people like to get fresh on. Like that's how I tell you. You know what days people gonna dress up on. You want to be at least 3 drops ahead. The worst thing is to have an idea and you still gotta play around with the samples and the sizes and changing the material. So you didn't have to change your sample so many times that now you can't drop that piece when you wanted to, because you still have to make the proper adjustments. So I tell people, if you want to drop in August, then you better be making samples in January or February. That's
Good tip.
because if you're not, then say you want to drop in August and you don't start until May making, or no, let's say you want to be like, all right, I'm gonna start in June. Okay, well, it take a week for the sample to get here. Okay, they messed up on the sample. Now you got to change it. Now take another week for the right sample to get here. Then what about the bulk? Now your bulk order's taking it. Most people's bulk at least takes 25 days. And that's if you got someone that got quick turnaround. Other people's bulk can be 2 months. So you always want to be at least 3 to 4 months ahead on every drop. But me, how I am personally, I like to be like 3 to 6 drops ahead. Like the next sample is gonna be, we ready for October. We ready for October, the next drop. Now, is they gonna actually get released?
Yes.
Yes, look, yes.
That's to be determined. But definitely you want to be at least, I say 4 months. Because you don't know what holidays they have. And the shipping, you got to think it might get all the way to the US, and then the post office or FedEx or DHL, whoever got your package, they might be in there playing. I say they be in there playing around trying on the clothes, because sometimes your package will get stuck. Like for my last photo shoot, oh, that's a whole nother story. That went crazy. That was the most chaotic day ever. Half of the material for the photo shoot didn't come in because we had a snowstorm here and a snowstorm in Ohio. So they were stuck in two different places. I had one that was in Wichita that just didn't get delivered, and then one that was delayed in Ohio. So half of the new color, the two pieces that no one had ever seen was the ones that got stuck. So it's like the ones that I needed to be here didn't make it on time. And that's when I learned, like, okay, we can't be last minute ever again when it comes to the drop. Like, I'd rather have two bulks here and I just gotta wait to market it than to be waiting and checking every day. Like, I was meeting the DHL person out there, like, is that mine? Is that mine? That's for me? Here, let me help you bring that in. I know that's for me because I need that.
So my next question is, where do you see your clothing brand in 5 years?
What year is it? 2024, 2029. Hopefully on say 5 years. That's a long time.
Well, let's say two to give you a little more
Yeah, let's do
reach.
2 and then I'll tell you 5. Let's do it. Let's do
Okay.
like, okay. So
All
in
right.
2 years, I want to be master my idea of marketing. So I ain't gonna say it because you put it out to the universe, somebody else gonna take your idea. But I have this idea how I want to market my brand, and I've never seen no one else do it. So in 2 years, hopefully that's there. And then on a runway, like, I want to have a fan base so big that I can just try something and then they're like, okay. Like if I say, all right, y'all, I wanted to try race car jackets, or okay, guys, I want to try to do
That
like
would be
anything.
hard.
I have some.
Race car
Race.
jackets.
Yeah, I have some. I got a varsity. What was some samples that I got on the way?
The varsity, and then you got
I got some zip ups, varsities.
you got the whole
I got over 250 designs. That's just
So
waiting.
you literally just sitting on stuff.
Yeah, I can show you on my iPad. I can just
No,
design.
don't show us. Don't
No,
show
it ain't
us.
gonna. No, you
Keep
can't
it.
see it.
Oh, I was gonna say keep us.
And then every one that you click probably got two more designs in there, and then that design has 7 or 8 colors. So I got designs, and then in my notebook I got designs just sitting there. So hopefully, just bringing in 2 years all these ideas I keep writing down. I hope I bring them to life.
You will.
That's
Change
what.
your word.
What? That she said. Where do you bringing the ideas to life? Just not nervous to pick up a camera, I guess. It's not even that I'm nervous. It's just that I don't care about social media. Like, there's no other way to put it, but like, I just never lived for somebody else telling me what's good or not. Like, if I wake up and like it, I don't give a damn if you don't like it. To be honest, I don't. That's just how I am. Like, if I make something and I'm like, all right, this is fire.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that it's not. Like, this is This is one of the Valentine's ones. It's gonna look kind of like this, but it's gonna have pink on the back instead, and it's gonna say, "Where is it at? Hustle over habits over here."
Mhm.
But I did. This is a different material that I never used and stuff like that. So I'll say, let me clean it up. In 2 years, I hope that I have mastered my procrastination, and then the Instagram brand is gonna be big by itself because anytime I post, I'm gaining new followers. So it's really just me. I can say that anytime I post, I can go on and see. I've been learning how to look at like a professional dashboard or something like that.
Mhm.
So just posting the stuff because really I got some marketing from the first photo shoot that I forgot that I even made it. Like there's videos that I'll make it at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and it's like, oh, that's kind of clean, and then it's like I forgot I made it. Like I made like a little mini video, I guess you could say like a music video kind of from the first brand, and I forgot I made it. I forgot it was on my computer, and then I never posted, and I went to go I got some designs on the computer too. I went and looked at it and I was like, dang, I forgot I made this. And that's what happens a lot of time. It's just so I want to start as soon as I be more impulsive, I guess. As soon as I make the idea, just go ahead and post it. Might
Yep.
as well. Now 5 years, that's gonna be 2029. So in 5 years, this mug better be a luxury design. It better be a luxury design that's working and collaborating. Because the goal of the brand is to just be able to connect with the youth and reach the youth. Because there's so many expectations on us, but there's no one that's kind of showing us how to get to it, grow. Like everybody has standards for this world, and then nobody's telling you how to obtain those goals and stuff like that. So the goal of the brand is to really just empower the youth and be the foundation of everything else I want to do. So if you want to travel the world, I want to be able to travel it on Cinjai's expense. Um, if I want to go and talk to the schools and show a kid like, hey, you can do this instead of doing this, I want it to be on Cinjai's expense. So I want Cinjai to be what gets me into the door to making the next level of connections. And that's the best way I could put it is just Cinjai, it's gonna get you through it's the foundation that's gonna be the start of your skyscraper of a life, you know?
Well, you answered the other question that I was gonna ask.
What?
I was just gonna ask you what mark did you want to leave on for your brand and for people, but you answered it
Oh no,
already.
you can't ask me that. Actually, re-say the questions one more time.
So, what mark do you want to leave as far as your brand? Like, what do you want people to know from your brand? Which you kind of already said a little bit, like helping the youth, kind.
Uh, I want to. I really want to open a youth program. So, so the goal of the brand is to what I say connect with the knuckleheads because I consider myself to be one of the knuckleheads where it's like you know you can do right, but when wrong is so close to your door, it's like, dang, I only gotta take 2 steps to do wrong, but to do right, I gotta go 10 steps. Like, so like the goal of it is to really just connect with those people because we got so much talent in the struggle. Because that's what the next drop is gonna be about is just never letting the struggle hold you back because that's what I say. That's my favorite thing to say is like some people break us out that struggle, but it made us. So to never let whatever you're going through right now define you as a person. Because when you look back
Mm-hmm.
at people, like I talk to where I work now, I get to talk to someone. I got to meet someone that's 101, and she was like, just whatever you do, do what you want to do for you. She's like, any situation that you're mad on, this is her word. She's like, any situation that you're mad about, just know it really is not that big. And so, and even though, so what might seem like a giant that you're fighting now, like the hardest fight might be getting out of bed. In a few months, you're gonna be like, dang, I can't believe I wasted so much time not getting out of bed. I could have been and got up and so it's just, that's what you want to show somebody that even at my worst, I've worked through all my problems and I still was able to present this to you. That's why I don't shield my models. A lot of my models, they can choose the wrong tracks if they want to. But I'm talking to them because it's like, if they're here in a photo shoot with me, then they not on the streets. I saved their life today. That's because danger is always, the opportunity to do bad ain't gonna never go away. You always gonna have somebody that's there that's like, it's like the devil is always gonna be on your shoulders. So you got to make sure you're listening to the angel on the other side, and that's what the brand is really about. It's just about every day picking that hustle over your habit, and the habit could be, your habit could be self-destruction. Your habit could be procrastination. Um your habit could be that you don't believe in yourself enough. So some people don't believe in themselves, so they're like, all right, why would I even try if I know I'm not capable of it? That can be your habit. So today I'm not going to think like this. I'm going to choose to hustle. And that's, as long as people see that, the brand is good. Like, as long as a kid out there in the world woke up and was like, adult, kid, any age, it's for any age, but really I can't save you adults. Y'all gotta want to save yourself. I'm worried about saving the youth. Like, you gotta want, at some point you gotta wake up and want to save yourself, you know. Like, you could be drowning in 3 feet. All you gotta do is stand up. Like,
Yeah,
that's all you gotta
yeah,
do is stand up. You could
yeah.
be that's it. So the goal is to somebody to see it and just be like, cause she did it, I can do it. Or it might be one thing that I say. Hustle over habits might be all somebody got to tell themselves to get up out of bed. And if I made somebody get up out of bed and decide to put their hustle over their habit, the brand was a success. Like, you don't know where your brand's gonna be. You just want it to be big. But what if that's not the purpose of it? What if the purpose of it is to just get the message out there? And the clothes is just something that I do on the plus side. So I don't kind of try to define it, but do I, now the conceited part of me, I should be on somebody's runway. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be on the runway. I want to be at award shows and like that. But that's just me. That's me rubbing my own ego. But as far as the brand, as long as I wake up and empower somebody to put their hustle over their habit and to never let the situations that they're in right now dictate where they're going, that's perfect. Because it's somebody that might not have food on the table right now. That don't mean don't eat tomorrow because you ain't got food on the table right now. No, you got to be like, all right, this is where we at right here, but I'm not going to let the situation define me for the rest of my life. Have you ever met somebody that's like, oh, that's just how I've been? Like, dang, you don't want to change?
It's a lot. Most of them are adults.
If you talk to most adults, they still live in the highlight of their life was high school. And it's a lot of adults that's like, oh, I just been like that since high school. And it's like, and you wondering why you still in the same situation. Like, I try not to like find myself in the moments where it's like, oh, I just been like that. I just been like that. Because there's some things that you can't change. But to wake up every day and make that excuse, oh, I just been like that. Like, imagine if I was just like, oh, I'm just a knucklehead. I'm just a knucklehead. I'm just, because I've always been like a good in the classrooms, but I'm a class clown. So I've always been the person that put myself in the wrong environment, in the sense of like, I was in honors classes, but I'm still from the hood. So I still got the hood friends, and I still got to go back to the same neighborhood that they got to go to. But I know how to do the honors class work. So I'm like, choosing between those two realities is like, how do you stay grounded while you're elevating at the same time? Like, how do you not forget where you came from and use that to get you where you're going? And that's where I'm like, okay, let me look at the environment that I grew up in. What's the good? What's the bad? Okay, hustling, yeah, some people look at it as bad, but it's not as bad when you like, if I didn't hustle, then my kids wouldn't eat. Okay, so hustle over habits. Now use that for good. So now, instead of me watching an hour of somebody else's dream, like, I like Power right now. I watched that hour of Power. As soon as I did that, I'm like, that could have been an hour of marketing. That's hustle over habit. So that, like, once you go with that mindset, then it changes it for you, because now you like, okay, yeah, I could go and spend an hour of fun, or I could spend an hour of discipline and getting me where I want to get. And that's just where I'm at in life. It's like, okay, you got to pick your battles. Either you're going to pour into somebody else's dream, or you're going to pour into yours. When you drink a bottle of water, that's somebody's dream. When you read a book, that's somebody's dream. When you watch a show, that's somebody's dream. Getting on Facebook, that's somebody's dream. Somebody created Facebook. Somebody created an iPhone. So every distraction, all you're doing is helping somebody else's dream grow instead of yours. And that's the mindset that I go in with the brand. It's like, if I'm not talking to somebody about the brand, or finding a way to grow the brand, then I'm wasting my time if I know that the brand is what I want to do.
Yep, that's a good answer, Emily. This
She's
has
like,
come to an end. That was my last question that I had. But
that was my question.
For everybody that's watching, please follow her social media. She's gonna post and market.
Yeah. I'm going to post and market. Yeah, y'all gonna have to work with me though. It's not gonna be something that happen overnight. We got some jumpsuits. I don't know. I got like 10 colors of these. So if y'all like them and y'all go and follow the brand, just comment on under anything that y'all want me to drop again. Cause when I got 250 designs on my iPad, and then I forgot, like, when I just thought about it, I have designs on my computer too that I did like from 2022. So I need to go back and see what's on there. Cause I started off on the computer, and that was horrible. And now I upgraded, so now I got to go back and look at the ideas and keep coming back and like, all right, what? Don't make nothing else new. Make something that you already got, or bring something back, or bring back a new color. So Cinjai, I think it's Cinjai CINJAI apparel.
I'm gonna put it in the link below.
Yeah, I say it's on all platforms, and then if you want to follow me, you can. You ain't gonna
follow
see
her.
Yeah,
Don't
you can.
If you want to follow her,
if you want to follow me. Yeah, if you want to follow me, you can.
Follow her and tune into her drops and buy her stuff.
Welcome to the journey. Yeah, look. Welcome to the journey. Welcome
to her journey.
Yeah.
She's gonna give y'all some good drops. Her clothing is fire, so I'm gonna put her link to her clothing brand down below, and her social media stuff down below, and everything, so y'all know how to get to everything and be able to get y'all some different type of clothing, because y'all be saying everybody dressed alike. I seen on Twitter and say everybody saying. So she does that too. If you got some ideas that you want to bring to light, send them her way. She can bring those to light too as well. But make sure y'all like, commenting, and subscribing to the podcast, and tuning in for more business, Black-owned businesses. This is a Black-owned business. Y'all be talking about Black-owned businesses and all different kind of things. This is one.
Y'all see my mom sneaking in. She doing some marketing of her own.
So please like, comment, subscribe. Click the link down below to tune into her clothing brand. She's dropping on Valentine's Day. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna be dropping on Valentine's Day. If I post, if I don't post, it's gonna be Valentine's week. Yeah, let's.
Valentine's week. This video probably might be going to the week after she drops. Hopefully, she puts it on there to market her stuff and continues to do great things. We appreciate you for coming on here. Well, I appreciate you coming on here, and people watching. Yes. She drops some gems, most definitely, about the business and how you cannot get scammed. I interviewed somebody else. They said they got scammed too, so y'all need to watch these videos so y'all don't get scammed. I know it's a lot of people trying to create
bad. The manufacturer scams is it's getting worse every day.
If you want to get that gem, if you get to that spot where she tells you what
they can DM me. If they go to my personal one, don't inbox me no questions on the Cinjai. I told y'all I ain't good at marketing, so don't ask no questions on there. But if you go to my personal Instagram and you got any questions, I'll answer it.
If you guys made it to this point in the video, drop a skull because her business has a skull in it. Drop a
Yeah.
skull in the comments so we know. And we appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you, and be back for more Black businesses. Peace.
Run it up.